Hello and welcome guys to another episode of Minecraft Xbox One Survival. I am George, your host on our journey so far, and what I've done is I've added the floor to our house, so you can see roughly how big it is. That's going to be a surprise, and that's going to be a surprise, but the nature of surprises is I'm not going to tell you what it is until it's good and ready. Now, the bridge we built last time is still there, but I've changed one of the steps so we can get into the house a bit better. Otherwise, you'd have a weird sort of double step thing going on. And today we've got a very special trick because I've been talking to the villagers, and I've given them their own wheat back, and I've got a few emeralds from them. Just a few, and they're really happy about it. So we're gonna get those emeralds and we're gonna trade them for something cool at the village. Now you might notice the barn's a little bit more developed than last time. I've put a bit of work into it. I've put those little fences down, the troughs. That cow I didn't even lead in. He wants to be made into steaks. And today we're just going to finish it off because this barn has been like an albatross around my neck for so long. I need it to just be finished, be done, and just be finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this up first. We're going to make a trip to the village at some point, and also we're going to... What else are we going to? We might make the front of the house as well if we get time, but we'll have to see how we go, obviously. Now, please do, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and leave some comments, some feedback, something more you'd like to see, some achievements, some weird inventions, tricks and tips, top 10 if you're into that kind of thing, and I'll do that as well. At the moment, it's just survival, which is all fun and games. But if you'd like to see something else, feel free to leave me a comment, and I can get on it. Now, I'm just putting in the little windows. Now, I always fail just as I get to the end of the thing. Fail, miserable. I think I'm gonna have to get up there. Let's get up on the other side. Oh, trying to jump over a fence. What a noob. What a noob. Okay. Let's just... don't need that. Let's get a little dirt scaffolding piggyback up here. 1, 2. Yeah. That should be enough. And let's finish this little front of the house off. Let's get rid of this. Okie doke. Now, that's the facade finished on both sides, I think. I put some nice little torches, and I also built a farm on the other side. The reason I didn't put that on camera is because that would be so boring for you guys. Me walking around with a hoe, just making farm and planting wheat seeds. You guys would be in tears. You'd be so bored. So I've saved you the pain of watching that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to finish the roof, which now I think about it is probably exactly the same pace as the farming. It's probably just as boring, but at least it gives us an idea of you know, what it's going to look like, and how the empire is going to be built and all that kind of good stuff. And after all, it is Minecraft, so you know it is essentially just building stuff. So if you don't want to see building stuff, then you're looking at the wrong game. Just go and play some driving games. Go and get a shooter. Do something else. Because if you don't like building in Minecraft, then there's just something going seriously wrong. Give me that axe. Now, again, my accuracy is getting a little bit better, but it's not prime. Like I mentioned before, I think by the end of this series, I'll be like a ninja with the Xbox One controller. But at the moment, I'm still sort of getting used to it. So used to having the mouse, so used to using the keys, and it's sort of a different world. Anything that's not a first-person shooter on Xbox is sort of a bit unknown to me. That's something as well. If you want to see some other gameplay from different games, if we've got any Battlefield fans or anything like that, I'm more than happy to upload that. Or my personal favourite, which is Halo. Been a massive Halo fan for a very, very long time. We used to, when we were back in school, we used to play Combat Evolved on PC before it was even, not before it was Mac, but before it was Xbox, the original Xbox, and I think I've been hooked on it since then, more or less. So if you do want to see some weird Halo stuff, I'm more than happy to put that up as well. We can have a separate series for it and just have like a bits and bobs series and sort of go from there. Now this barn is almost complete. You can see the wheat down there. I've just gone with the standard farming, so you have the water in the middle and then 5 spaces either side you put the wheat. It's fairly standard. For you guys that are fairly new to Minecraft, that's going to be a key thing, is farming as much as you can, because it is a completely renewable resource. If you're doing trades or if you just need food or anything like that, you've got an unlimited supply of emeralds and bread and anything else you can grow, so pumpkins, melons, carrots, all of the other good stuff. And so yeah, it's invaluable, invaluable completely. Farming animals is good. Personally, if I had my way, I'd just have wheat and sheep for the wool, because I very rarely use leather. Maybe a little bit of books and stuff like that, but very rarely. So that's it. That's it, guys. Look, we're done. It only took 3 weeks, but we have done it. Take away this little gantry, and then that's it. I mean, that wolf is going to be up there for the whole series by the look of it, but that's fine. That's fine. We might actually tame that wolf a little bit later, because like I mentioned in the last episode, it'd be good to have some pets protecting things. And it's a little bit darker in here than I expected. These Xbox torches don't work very well, so let's just light up the middle here. And sorry, excuse me, so rude. I suppose we better go and find some animals. We've got this one cow who volunteered, even though all the doors and windows are open, and the pressure plates are on the inside of the doors, so he could just walk out at any time. But he's volunteered for steak. He's clearly a big kind of pub meals kind of guy. He just, you know, I like it rare. You know, what have you got? So let's see if we can find him a mate. I've heard cows around here before. I've tried not to kill all of them, because it's, you know, in your close area. Otherwise, you have to make them walk ages. I had to do that with sheep in the last series, I think, and it took so long because I you know, the wolves had taken a few, I'd taken a few, and like there was none around, and they weren't spawning for some reason because I don't even know why. So I had to get them from ages. So I've been trying to conserve the animals. Now I don't know whether this guy's going to fit through the door. I had a problem with this before, I seem to remember. They can't work out doors, they can't work out pressure pads. I think you have to destroy the pressure pads and one of the doors to get them in, which is a bit crazy. You're gonna make me destroy one of my doors? Look, perfect. Okay, in you come, cows. You are the first couple in the Great Barn. Come on, come here. If you want the wheat that badly, you're gonna have to grow some brain cells and actually come and get it. Come here. Okay. Are you in? Are you in? You're not in, are you? Come on. How hard is it? There we go. One for you and one for you. Now we have a little calf. The first calf of the Escape Empire. Now that is a moment that will go down in history. Get out. You'll go down in history, but you'll be meat soon. So don't worry about it. Cool. Now I figure, what have we got here? I figure we need some other animals. I mean, I don't really like keeping pigs because carrots are a pain to find and then to farm and then all that kind of stuff. So I think we'll stick with sheep and wheat and cows for now. You see that wheat farm is going strong, going real strong. Again, on the tutorial side of things, try to keep up with that if I can. Keeping torches there so it's got a constant source of light means it can grow the whole time, so day and night, which is really handy, especially for things like that, like wheat, where you need a large amount to do anything. And as you can see, this is going to be quite a big house. It's going to be a sort of pyramid design. I've got a rough idea of what it's going to look like. That's not cobblestone. They don't even look the same. I've got a sort of rough design of what I want it to look like. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get it finished today. Not the front of it anyway. Sun's going down, which is typical. But what I want to do is just put the bottom floor on. I'm going to try and make it 3 floors if I can. So 3 floors high, but in a sort of pyramid shape with, you know, something cool at the top and like a dungeon area below. So if possible, let's try and try and do that. Now I need to sleep. I also need to go over to the village so we can get our special reward from our villagers. Didn't grow all that wheat for nothing. I definitely didn't grow it for bread, because that would just be so sad. I can see what's going to happen. There's going to be a fire, or there's going to be a creeper, and all of that wood is going to disappear. I can just see it. I could see it happening. It happened to me before. I think I pressed the wrong button with the flint and steel, or I rested it on my leg, and the flint and steel just lit it alight, and I wasn't quick thinking enough. I just looked at it like a pretty flame, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Let's have a little sleep here. I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's so nice, and it actually burnt everything down. I was like, could have just got a bucket, got some water and put it out. But since then, I've learnt to always take a bucket with me down the caves with some water, just in case I fall in lava, so I can harden the lava, or in case I catch fire for whatever reason, or in case there's a fire, I can be a good firefighter and put it out, which is pretty cool. Now, how high do I want it to be? I think I want it to be 3 high on the inside, sort of standard roof height in Minecraft, and then straight on the bottom and then pointed on the top, if that makes sense. I don't think it is going to make sense in this episode, so what I'll do, off camera, I'll do the very front of the house, and that'll give you an idea of exactly what it's going to look like, and then I'll try and do most of it off camera, purely because with a roof this size, it's going to take me a good long time, like longer than any episode to complete it. So what I'll do is I'll give you sort of updates and little snippets of the cool stuff, and then we'll pick where the furniture will go and all that kind of nice stuff that you guys will no doubt enjoy. So yeah, if you do have any suggestions for the house, do leave them in the comment section below. I'll try and take it into account as much as I can. Again, so far the comments that I've had in terms of like design have all been about colour. People want to see more colour, which is cool. But I'm not too sure at this stage if we can start like making dyes and getting hundreds of sheep and stuff, because you need a lot of dye and a lot of wool to actually make something one colour. A red barn, a blue lighthouse. I mean, they're all things that will happen at some point. It's just going to be a question of just waiting for a little bit until we've got our empire, off the ground, and then we can have a sheep farm with like 500 sheep in it and just go nuts and go from there. I always do that. I always make that mistake. Always. I never learn. Okay, so let's just it's just gonna be like the very front of the first level. I'll get the shape of it done off camera so you guys can have a gaze and see what it's gonna look like. But I think it's gonna look pretty sweet. Instead of putting the door in the middle, I figure we have it sort of offset, and then we have sort of pillars going on the other side, so it is symmetrical, but at the same time, takes you off guard, which I think is going to be pretty nice. It's going to take me ages to measure up, because I know I'm going to make 1,000,001 mistakes, just like with the barn, but you're going to have to just bear with me, unfortunately. Now, do we want to just fill this gap in the middle up, or does it have to be sort of double? Is it even or uneven? See, there's no black lines around the cobblestone. I have no idea how long anything is. It's really annoying. Is that even? It doesn't look even. It must be though. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell anymore. I've lost track of what's even and what's not, what's symmetrical, what's not, all that kind of good stuff. What I will try to do is make it as even as I can, and then sort of go from there. Now, I just don't like this double block in the middle. I think that looks really trashy. I don't know how we're going to do it. I might have to go back to the drawing board and see how it looks when it's completed, and sort of work backwards from there. That doesn't look too bad. That's pretty nice. But I wouldn't mind having like one thing in the middle, like going all the way up. So maybe a glass panel going from the bottom all the way to the very top without any structural beams going across it. I reckon that'll look really nice. Then we're gonna have like a little balcony area, and things like that. But again, we're jumping the gun, as we always do apparently on this series. We're running before we can walk, we're skydiving before we can jump, and it's just going to end in tears. So let's just stick with the basics for now, and we can worry about aesthetic design choices later in the series. Because again, it's just blocks. We can take them down at any point and redo them. Now the roof is going to be the same design as the barn, well, the same style as the barn, I should say. It won't be exactly the same sort of looking, but I want to keep it so it's got its own look. But I like that sort of roof jutting out edge. So let's just carry that on. But it'll be a different scheme. So it'll be a much higher thing with much more intricate faces, and then it'll have a huge sort of chalet style roof. For those of you that haven't stayed in a chalet, chalet roof is like if you put two playing cards against each other and just left them resting against each other, like you were going to make a house of cards. A chalet is like that. So the idea is that no snow can build up, so it all has to slide off. So it's like having a really long roof, basically, a really long roof. Getting way too technical on this Let's Play. Getting into architecture and all sorts. So aesthetic design, architecture. Where is this going? This is going to turn into a lecture. People are going to be asking questions for their geometry exams and stuff. It's going to be messy. It's going to be so messy. But yeah, I think it'll look really nice, and we can extend the roof down a little bit later. But I just want to get the basics done first. Now, what we're going to do now is go to the village, and every time, same door, same problem. We're going to go to the village, and I think they've got a special surprise for us. We've given them a lot of wheat. I think we gave them all our chicken. What else did we give them? We gave them some paper. We gave them some... What else did we give them? I think we gave them some flint or something ridiculous like that. What are you doing? Having a little swim there. And now all of our hard work is going to be rewarded, because we haven't had time to get down into the depths and get any precious stones or anything like that. So they know that. They know we've been struggling, so they've actually come through for us with something pretty cool. And they've all died. No, here they are. They're having a town meeting about how best to help us, by the look of it. Why are you guys all so close together? It's really, really off-putting. Okay. 9 arrows. Nope. Chickens. Nope. Arrows. Nope. Bread. Where's that one guy? One guy with my good stuff. That's pretty good. Ooh. Wait. Did I just buy... I don't know. I'm so confused. So, here we go. 10 emeralds. 1 diamond pickaxe for us. Now look at this. We're not even in the depths, and we've got a diamond pickaxe. Yes. Yes. It's too good to even use. I don't even want to test it out. I don't think I will. Ooh, crazy. No, well that's just great. That's just great. That was so worth it. I think it was just... I think their wheat covered it, mostly. Just the wheat in their little gardens, which I replenished after I took it. So yeah, perfect little trade there. Perfect little trade. So let's head back now and see what else is going on. I think the barn looks really, really nice. I like that racing stripe design going around. If you do have any other suggestions though, if you can blow the team and everyone else away with something cool, I will put it up. If you can get a drawing or some words into that 3x3 format, then we'll put that up, because I reckon that'd be really cool as well. I'll tell you what, I'm going to actually build another bridge here. Just a small one in the same design, because I actually tried to make this into that awful ravine that was so boring. I actually flooded it because I was so angry. I just got my little shovel out and I just flooded it. I was furious. It ruined my show, and I was devastated. So I flooded it, and I lit it up with torches, and then I flooded it. So it's now going to be a trap for everything that ever goes in the water. So we're going to get some little chickens down there, no doubt some wolves will get trapped down there, some cows, some villagers when we get that far, and me, again, probably. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now, we're coming to the end of the episode here, so I'm going to sign off. If you have enjoyed, please do subscribe, and please do leave a like below, because that's what keeps us going. And I will see you next week. Okay, have a good one, guys. Take care.